Hello, my name is Jonathan Moriarty with Unit E Technologies, and I'm here to walk you through the initial setup and installation of your RFpay system. So, what you're going to receive will look something like the boxes that we have over here, and the first thing that you're going to want to do is set up the Wi-Fi network and the server. So, you're going to want to look for this white box here. You're going to unpack it. In here, you're going to see first power supplies for the router and the two antennae for the Wi-Fi mesh. And then underneath it, we're going to see, you can see the two antennae and then the router for the Wi-Fi mesh. And you can identify that because the router will be the only one with ports in back next to its power supply. So, please take important note of these ports. There are Ethernet cables provided in here to allow you to connect some of this stuff, but we're just going to use what we have on hand here in the shop. So important that the Ethernet port is connected to our server over here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this cable down here and just run that in back here. And then you're going to want to plug this into the Ethernet port labeled RFpay net. And that's perfect. And so then what you're going to want to do is plug into the internet port. This is just the Ethernet port that we have that runs into the venue's actual internet. And that's going to be very important for us to be able to remotely troubleshoot problems that you have. So please don't neglect this step. So now that we have those both connected, what you're going to want to do is unpack your antennae, and they're going to help boost the Wi-Fi signal to different parts of your venue. So spread them around, basically to wherever you're going to have machines and nodes connected to them. So, and these all just take power. So for our demonstration, we're just going to set it up right here. And you would repeat the same process for the antennae, since we don't need them in this case. We're not really going to go to that step, but it's just a repeat of what I'm doing here. So as you can see, I've now plugged that into power. After a few seconds, you should see a light come on your device, and that's going to tell you that the device is operational. It may take a few minutes for it to properly show up in your Wi-Fi network. So if we go ahead and we take a look over here.
And don't forget to power on the server.
Yes. Well, I want to handle that after the network comes up. So eventually it will show up in your Wi-Fi list, but while we're waiting for it to fully power up, because it can take a few minutes, we're just going to go ahead and over here, in back next to the power supply, there's a switch that you're going to want to turn on to power on the server. And then also, you will need to hit the power button over here. And see, that blue power light is going to tell you that the server is now operational. It's connected to the Wi-Fi router, so it will be on the network, which is what you need. And then
All right, go ahead.
so after a few minutes here, we can see that the network, which is going to be specific to your venue, in this case for Einstein's, it's going to be RFpay_Einstein's, and you'll be able to connect to it. You will need a network security key that will be provided to you.
Okay, so
After we've connected to the network, as you can see here, connected and secured, we're going to want to open up a browser window. So we're just going to open up in Firefox. We're going to go to 10.10.10.10. And as you can see, we're on the RFpay network, and you're ready to begin the next step.